Ready. Yellow 80, yellow 80.
Yo.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Easy, opposite.
Show it up.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it's going to be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
36.
29 is the mic.
Smooth.
Hey, let's go.
Breeze now on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Looking for Ginn, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where, in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
That's good for 28 yards.
Here we go.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Hey, Delta.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Letting one go deep for the end zone. George Kittle, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives you...
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. The throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. And this is Clark with the ground. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Shotgun now for Breeze. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Thomas, the intended target. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Now Garoppolo, and that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, but it'll be 2nd down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to rifle one deep left, and that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Breeze. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 38. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there. Wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Saints. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Now Breeze finding Kamara. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Sheldon Day busting through to get him for a loss of 6. They run with a former Viking and Raider. It's Latavius Murray. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with 3rd down coming up.
3rd and 10. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. And it's caught. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Over. Watch the ship.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score 9
14. Saints nothing.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2.
Check 26, check 26.
61, matchbox lights.
Here we go with Kamara, and he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go, and that'll make our score 14-7. This is fielded at the goal line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 15 for the Niners there and a first down.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
General West.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. 7 yards the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
38 yards on the scamper there.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
1st and 10.
On 1st down, Breeze. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
You ready?
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 46-yard line.
Now Breeze on the bootleg. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And he finds Cook. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 38-yard line.
Jared Cook is a guy who's been around the NFL. He's been with the Titans, the Rams, the Packers, and the last 2 years in Oakland. Now he makes a move to the Big Easy, where he pairs with Drew Brees and forms a nice little threat.
A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Sammy!
From the 30 on 2nd down, Brees under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Give him 3 yards there, as that'll take us to 4th down. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this 2nd quarter. The Saints on 4th down last year, 13 of 16, 2nd best in the league, and they'll try it here. Here's Brees to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D Ford. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball. Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
47 Mike, 47. Double dog, that's the way.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Here we go.
Give him 6 yards in the first down. On first down, Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Hey, alert!
Garoppolo on first down, looking for the end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
21. Exit. Hey, dude.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Alex Anzalone. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Another try after the first down sack. Garoppolo. Open man is Samuel. Complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Here we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 13 yards there and a Niner first. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Garoppolo closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Touchdown pass number 4 of the afternoon for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gould able to tack on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
And goal to go at the 6-yard line.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. To throw is Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Deebo Samuel, the rookie wideout, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Go!
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, as time expires in the first half. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold with the extra point, and that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front. About a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had.
It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you really scripted.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. And that will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Taken in at the 22. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure.
11.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Partner, if we've heard it once, we've heard it 1,000 times. Don't throw late down the middle.
And he did. We see the end result.
Yeah, what you have to do is you got to make sure you manipulate those defenders with your eyes and your head, maybe even some body movement to move them a little if you're going to come back late down the middle.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Breeze now. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Now Breeze. He's going to air one out. And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected?
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at that time, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 45. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Cameron Jordan in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin 54 yards as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they... And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
A throw over the middle taken in. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 26 and a first down. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 24. And he will find his receiver Pettis for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Gold with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? And down he goes. The 49ers get there. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball.
Oh, now Breida loses it, and this is picked up by the Saints. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. They run it again with Kamara. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. Now Kamara, and he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. The 30, 10, 5, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Gold for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play.
And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play.